witness a wonderful poetry session today with Poesy Tales, and my heartiest pre-independence greetings to all of you, whoever is, watching as an audience today. This is the 23rd Poetry Meet, English Poetry Meet, and I want to relate something about this wonderful, pleasurable, and resourceful group. Poesy Tales group was formed in WhatsApp in the year 2020. Here we have prompt segments, and then these prompts are compiled into beautiful e-zines interspersed with lovely artwork. Live online monthly meets in Marathi, Hindi and English are held. I want to unplug myself by mentioning the hearty, compassionate, generous encouragement of our venerable founder, Anupama ji, who is with us in this evening, whose constant support has expanded the family of Poesy Tales. Divine blessings of Honorable Kunda ji, consistent cooperation of Ajay Verma ji, Sanjay Vedak ji are always a kind of encouragement for all of us. So today we present you a few, divine and, esteemed luminaries who have shared their valuable time to make this event a success. I begin with Mr. Ronnie Tucker. He was born in a small town and went to Catholic school, and while he moved to the country, when he completed 7th grade, he studied in public school from 8th grade to 11th grade. He always loved art and drawing pictures in school, and later explored that he was fond of rock music, especially Led Zeppelin, and since then his urge to write lyrics and poetry quite essentially motivated him further. He connected to various poetry groups in 2020 and went on writing poetry as his passion and contributed a lot of poems. What was hidden inside him through his emotion, what came out freely and spontaneously. He got a home in the poetry groups on internet, in Facebook, while participating more and more, and finally he gained recognition. People today know him as a versatile poet who writes with his descriptive articulation and independent style. So welcome Mr. Ronnie Tucker on our platform. Please recite the poem for all of us.
Thank you for having me. And
all yours.
I kind of lost a lot of people. I lost my original Facebook account way back in, I think it was beginning of June, and I had to start all over again, and I couldn't remember all the groups I was in, so I got most of them. But today I'm going to start out, I'll read my long one first, and then my other one is not as long, but this is called Mystica. In heathen eyes I have seen many things. In dream states called consciousness, I have witnessed the morning of magicians and the troops of angels flittering amongst the starry heaven. I have seen the revolution of the planets, shared many sacrifices upon stone altars, breathed the fumes of many oracles, tasted the juices from the milk of paradise, sought the truth from forbidden knowledge. I have wept with the spears, so intoxicated I have become to what is hidden from mortal eyes. I am pure and chaste, yet I am in ecstasy. I walk the narrow path, the ways of divinity. I may speak with a heretical tongue, but my dark whispers are heard. I am transformed, yet reborn. I am Mystica, to the paradise set in ancient time. I am the traveler of both dimensions, a nocturnal wanderer left to ponder of what is and will be. I am a sage living in my glass cage. I have seen the Black Virgin worship. I know who she is, the Magdalene, and I have tasted her tears. My mystery unfolds through the mists of years. shrouded forever behind the veil. I am a hermit among the many. I am the cloak that blankets the celestial stars. Inside of me echoes many talismans, a cornucopia of many altered states. I evolve in the orbits of the systems. I am the magi who conjures the abyss, the voids that the fly demons converse. I see beyond the plateaus in my altered state. My mouth spills with many ancient tongues of lost ancestors and beings of the fuse. I am oblique, for I am not of your league. My aura is brilliant beneath the mask I hide behind my mystical nature. I swallow my darkness and I choke on the light of chaotic illumination. I thread my needle, hang on a minute. I thread my needle as I tread on the strings of angels. I bear my misfortunes and my fate as I see what's within my crystals. Signals attuned to astral origins, my visions bleed through the ether. Like a prophetic screen opaque to some mysterious core, hidden within a secret doctrine. I feel the essence all around me through altered states of reality. I am but a diver in the luminescence guild, sacred to the black obelisk, the stone of reckoning. I light my pipe of foolish charms and blow my smoke to the four winds. I rage with my own dragon's breath and awaken the pineal gland that has been dormant since ancient times. I have become one with my spiritual self, elusive to the pagan mysteries that flow through my veins, awaiting to be reawakened in the solitude of the orbs. I am Mystica in all I have consumed. I am one in the solace of the forgotten druid, who stands alone amongst the standing stones, awaiting the ritual dance to begin. Thank you.
That was wonderful. I have an expression over your poem, how I felt hearing you. Most sweet it is with uplifted eyes to pace the ground, if path be there or none, while a fair region round the traveller lies, which he forbears again to look upon. Please rather with some soft ideal scene, the work of fancy or some happy tone of meditation, slip playing in between, the beauty coming and the beauty gone. If thought and love desert us from that day, let us break off all commerce with the muse. With thought and love, companions of our way, whatever the senses take or may refuse, the mind's internal heaven shall shed a glint of inspiration on the humblest.
Wow.
So,
That's really superb.
okay, so we will move our session with our next poet, whose name is Shweta S. Shweta S is from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. She has completed her MCom FCA and passed out from Bharatiya University. One of her passion is writing, and she contributed many writers in some anthologies. So welcome Shweta S on this platform. Please recite a poem for us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sweta, and my going to recite a poem about be unique. So everyone has their own talent. So use it with by sharing with others. So sharing and caring. So it's a motto of Nightmare despite every diversities. So everyone can't do anything, but someone can do something. So don't fight. Be just right. Thank you.
What a
That's
wonderful
great.
message you have given, Shweta. So
Thank
I
you.
have some expression for your poem. Please listen. Love came to Flora asking for a flower that would be flowers, the undisputed queen, the lily and the that high honor. Bards of power had sung their claims, the rose can never tower, like the pale lily with her Juno mien. But is the lily lovelier? Does between flower factions rank the strife in Psyche's bar? Give me a flower delicacies as the rose. So we are moving forward.
Very lovely. Nicely said.
Thank you. So we will move with our next participant document. He is Honorable Dr. Rakesh Chandra ji. Dr. Rakesh Chandra is a former civil servant who has completed PhD in law from Lucknow University. He has got 4 collections of English poems titled Moon is Black, Circle of Life, The Sunset Musings, On the Wings of Clouds, also 1 collection of Hindi poems titled Mere Sheher Mein, and a book on Rekha Chitra titled Beat Chehre Wale Log. His English poems have found place in different anthologies, poetry, journals, and newspapers, literary supplements. He has also authored 3 books of law. Welcome, Dr. Rakesh Chandra ji, on this platform. Please recite a poem for us.
Thank you, ma'am. And very good evening to all my poet friends. This is a poem inspired by the tragedy or the fate of our star athlete Ganesh Kaur, and it was written on the same day when she was disqualified. Type of spontaneous poem, and title of the poem is Stars Saga. I came here in search of glory for my country so dear to me. I only aspired for the shaft of light. Blazing sun was not my priority. I fought against all the odds. Like a lioness, which I am supposed to be, I welcomed destiny's every move, wearing a smile for others to see. Yes, I did not show my inner scars, howsoever deep they might be. I never cursed my stars or dame luck. I mastered the pain and learned to be happy. But this time, I have been hit viciously, below the belt by invisible hands. So cruel. I am facing the new phase of life, and I don't know whether it is fate or real. I was seated on the cusp of making history, but alas, I am sitting with no one in sight, wallowed in the cover of darkness around, losing forever the coveted shaft of light. I am that student, poor, who tries to answer destiny's question paper. But failures are my favorite falls, hinting me repeatedly that my path is full of thorns. So austere. Thank you.
So I'm overwhelmed to hear this poem over his, our brave athlete who has been really struggling so long without water, without food. Consistent 2 days is very, very difficult. So I am really, really mesmerized with the subject that you have chosen today. So over that, I have a little expression to tell you. Yet if we could scorn hate and pride and fear, if we were things born not to shed a tear, I know not how thy joy we ever should come near, better than all measures of the delightful sound, better than all treasures that in books are found. Thy skill to poet wear, thou corner of the ground. Teach me half the gladness that thy brain must know, such harmonious madness from my lips would flow, the world should listen then as I am listening now.
Very good. Very nice. Very nice.
Dr. Rakesh, it was like an athlete saga, a very apt poem in today's days. Yes.
Of the poem was, she felt that it was for the first time she was hit below the belt.
Correct.
Yes, yes,
That
that's
was,
true. And so she must be knowing that the entire country is with her. She's not alone.
That's true.
Okay, so here we are going to hear something from our founder, Anupama Katwat. We cannot let her go without giving us this gift of poetry. So Anupama Katwat is a multilingual poet from Mumbai, India, who writes in English, Hindi and Marathi languages. Her poem book, My World, was published in January 2016. Poet of the Year 2023 award was received by her from Asian Literary Society. Recently, her poems have found a place in a book, Lass and Lad Verses, tailored specifically for school students. In June 2024, she was part of the world record book, 20 Portraits, a personal glimpse into 20 lives. Some of her poems are published in Scarlet Leaf Review, Meta Worker, Literary Yard, Down in the Dirt, Poetry Suit, All Poetry, Indus Woman Writing, Eve, Adbudaya magazine, Tahira, and several other anthologies and journals. So, with that, I welcome Anupama ma'am to please recite and gift us a wonderful, pleasurable, sweet, melodious poetry.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Somdataji, for such an elaborate bio. Thank you. And it's good to see all our respected participants today. My poem is based on little joys of life. Sometimes in our competition world, we forget to enjoy the little joys that are there in our day-to-day life. So just a small poem based on that. In our quest for wealth, power and happiness, we forget to enjoy the little joys of life. In our quest for wealth, power and happiness, we forget to enjoy the little joys of life. So caught up in the day-to-day routine, don't realize how days are passing by. So caught up in the day-to-day routine, don't realize how days are passing by. When the mind is full of chaos and in a turmoil, for a moment, divert your attention and look around. When the mind is full of chaos and in a turmoil, for a moment, divert your attention and just look around. Sometimes simple things also provide immense joy. Instead of waiting for the end result, enjoy the process of creating it. Sometimes simple things also provide immense joy. Instead of waiting for the end result, enjoy the process of creating it. A walk in the park, relaxing on my favorite swing. Here I've just listed some of my favorite things which I enjoy doing on a daily basis. A walk in the park, relaxing on my favorite swing, eating yummy food cooked by my mother, are little joys of life which I often look forward to. To find happiness is in my hands, so keep enjoying the little joys of life. The little joys of life. Thank you.
Ma'am, it's a new pathfinder for many who are listening this poem.
Thank you.
So I have a little expression for you
Yes.
over this beautiful poem and the nurturing of the emotions positively, which you have given an entry with through your poem. Love and harmony combine, and round our souls entwine, while thy branches mix with mine, and our roots together join. Joy is upon our branches sit, chirping loud and singing sweet, like gentle streams beneath our feet, innocence and virtue meet.
Thank you. Thank you so much for these lovely lines, ma'am. Thanks. Really appreciate it.
This
That
is
was a
the
beautiful poem.
aspect of life which Anupama ma'am has just mentioned through her really touching poem. And every word I was listening is just a kind of, experience that really happens in everybody's life. Most of the time we are stressed, we are so very, deeply rooted to our work, and we are, facing challenges. So sometimes it is required that we do what we feel like doing. That is very important.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have to say only add only that not
Yes.
sometimes, but many times these simple things provide us, you see, relief, mirth, laughter, and happiness. Most of
So
the
true,
time.
sir. So true.
That's true.
We should be really indulging in those things which we always want to do and we don't get time to do over that.
Correct.
So this will be the the best moments in our life when we get a chance to really focus on the happiness over indulging in such habits.
Yes. So, as we move forward, uh, I'd like to invite our host for today to recite her piece. So, before we invite her, a brief bio for Somdatta ji. Somdatta Mitra ji, for her, literature is the only envision and art is a spectrum of colors with which Mrs. Somdatta Mitra beautifies her life. She hails from the city of joy, Kolkata, West Bengal. She is the published writer for the past 8 years. Her first solo book, The Spectrum of Emotions, is under publication. That's very nice, ma'am. Congratulations, we'll be waiting
Thank
for
you.
it.
Thank
She,
you, ma'am. Thank you.
she has worked in more than 1,500 anthologies. She has 3 world records in poetry writing and 3 national records in her credibility. She has won innumerable writing challenges, contests, and competitions. She is a peace ambassador and a humanitarian activist. Most welcome, ma'am, to present your piece.
Thank you so much, Anupama ma'am. This is a great honor and a great privilege for me to recite my poem here, and
Yes, ma'am.
such a wonderful introduction you have given. I am
Thank you.
really touched and overwhelmed. So, since we are approaching our 78th Independence Day on 15th August, so I could not restrain myself without nurturing that emotion that how the freedom fighters really fought for our country to give us a wonderful day that we are celebrating today. So my attention goes to my self-written poem, A Desire to be Born Again as an Indian. I have given the title, A Desire to be Born Again as an Indian. The fascinating moments where I learned to speak, the nurtured stories of great warriors, the glorious past that taught me to be a brave heart, impassioned my senses with a patriotic cheer that was rampart. The diverse culture that coronates a nation, the museum of languages that enhances good relations. I proudly stand with my dignity in cognizance with the delight. Troubled waters never visit, a generous wave will tide. Marching on rough terrains, when and easy at times, undoubtedly with perseverance, the nation develops its superpowers and climbs. From Oscars to Olympics, life aglow with arts, literature, science, and peace. With potency, each significant achievement instilled in me a sense of pride over fields and mountaineering, over a witness of gallantry, awards, and mourning. A gleam of light magically conceived inside, upsurging a divine spirit to vociferate through poetry, empowering me to open channels of my word, to connect to the world and reciprocate that I want to be born again in this motherland, where brave hearts smile while they are martyred, where freedom fighters sacrifice life to gift us a beautiful nation, where the holy river purify our sins and always encourage us to be consistent caregivers with our contributions as a mother, daughter, sister, wife, and a teacher. With determination, with treasure, with respect and admiration, I am a proud Indian who desires to receive a rebirth in this great nation. Thank you.
Wow.
That was magnificent, magnificent.
So,
You have conveyed the feelings of all of us.
okay,
Very
sir.
true.
I am enriched. I am enriched. I am overwhelmed. I sense a feeling of pride right at the moment, representing my country here.
And it's a nice tribute to the Indian soldiers, the Indian freedom fighters, and you
Yes.
portrayed each and every fact of Indian independence. Very befitting poem, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So here we complete our first round of our poetry session, and we are gradually moving and shifting to the second round of our poetry today. And again, I invite Mr. Ronnie Pepper for his second poetry. Please welcome, sir. Please recite your poem.
Okay. I've always been fascinated with King Arthur and the Holy Grail, so I wrote this about the Grail. Okay, it starts out prologue. What is the Grail? Is it a fact or a legend or just a tale? Was it originally pagan and later Christianized, or was it a myth that has lived on for centuries? Was it a stone that fell from heaven, or was it a platter that served the horn of plenty? Was it a cup of the Last Supper that caught the blood of Christ while hanging on his cross? Or was it the womb of the sacred Virgin Mary, or the bloodline of a hidden marriage with the sacred Magdalene, Jesus' most beloved disciple who bore his seed? In the mysteries behind this divine grail, it stays hidden like the Elysian field, beyond the grasp of its true context. For it lies in the realms of the past, unwilling to give up its ghost. O stone that fell from the stars, lapis lazuli, the stone of the gods, a vision of the divine, worshipped and exhausted, eternal and immortal. O ancient horn of plenty that replenishes the land and the heals the wounds of the kingfisher, and once again bears fruitation to the barren world. Drink from the cup, it is my blood, and break the bread, for it is the flesh and it is my body. O Mother Mary, who but a living ark of a new covenant, O Mother of the Messiah, brought forth through her womb, for she is the sacred mother. O blessed Magdalene, the one who Christ loved the most, his companion and confidant, who bared his fruit that the early church tried to hide. The same Grail, the holy bloodline that remained hidden behind Gnostic thought, that was considered blasphemy and heretical, and was only worshipped or whispered behind closed doors. All right, the epilogue. For we will never know the true Grail, for its true meaning will always be lost in the ancient veils of time. Will its secrets ever be revealed, or will it always be elusive and its truth remain beyond our grasp? Or is the Grail really within us all, trapped in a dream state of our consciousness, a vision of eternity only a pure heart can ever reach, a pact with divinity and the true Godhead? O blessed jewel from heaven, O pagan's horn of plenty, a majestic cup of wonder, a womb of the Holy Virgin, or is it a sacred and blessed bloodline? For the Grail is immortal, and its true nature may never come to pass. It will always be lost in mysticism in the past, a legend that is born from some hidden truth, for the Grail lies forever shrouded in the ages of time, and perhaps it will remain forbidden to obtain. Thank you.
I get to learn a lot of new characters from the Bible through your poem, which really connects to me because somewhere in my childhood I have learned about them, and now it's the time after so many years again I'm connecting to that. So with that, I want to connect to your poem with a little expression from my side, which was written by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate, rough winds to shape the darling's buds of May, and summer's leaves have all too short a date, sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion teems, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed, but thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou always.
I'm just honored
That's really
to be mentioned with Shakespeare.
Yes.
Oh,
That's true.
thank you.
Yes, I wish we all could really meet him once, but that is a dream which we all cherish inside us as poets.
That's true.
So this is the actual emotional moment for all of us when we connect to such legends through these sessions whenever we get an opportunity. So thank you, Mr. Ramitaka, for your beautiful poem.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
We are again shifting and connecting to our next participant poetess, Madam Shweta. Madam, can you please open your camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Please, yes, you're audible.
Okay,
And
ma'am. The title of my
tell us
second.
your new poem, the second part,
Yes, ma'am.
not the second round.
The title of my second poem is Raise Your Thoughts. Be happy and jovial with everyone, but think why they are talking, have a conversing with you, because some might be use you in my misbehaving. I'm not about a negative. Uh, we have some good and bitter experiences. Not all the time we have good and bad. Some contradictory may happen. That's right. So don't waste your time. Use your time with good and resourceful persons. Uh, don't do anything without thinking about its consequence in future. If discuss with the experienced people before doing the unknown things of you. Thank you.
Wow, your theme was really marvelous, and
Thank you.
as I understand your theme, that we should be really integrating ourselves in our life, and we should not think that what will be the result of overdoing something which we are doing. This is with the motto that we should do whatever is given to us without expecting the result. So there I go, connecting to your poem. Lone in the light of that magical grove, I felt the stars of the spirits of love gather and gleam, mount my delicate youth, and I heard the song of the spirits of truth. To quench my longing, I bent me low by the streams of the spirits of peace that flow in that magical wood in the land of sleep. So, thank you, Madam Shweta, for making us aware with the circumstances and
Thank you.
yes, and gifting us a wonderful poem. Okay, so here we again shift to Dr. Rakesh Chandraji. Sir, please present your next poem.
Thank you, ma'am. The title of my poem is Stars Are Blue. Now I know that the world you put so much work exists outside. I can see the shaft of light from inside my eternal cage of ever expanding darkness. I will experience the light in the same mirror throughout my life despite my advancing age. Seasons will change one after the other, and the dry leaves will fall unexpectedly from the lush green trees everywhere. Nothing will change like my stunted growth of my mental horizon. Do not light it up blue, my witness. The color of black is perfect. I wish to reap the harvest of rainbow colors. I wish that on my adversarial fate and shower on me your love and affection as much as you can. I am undoubtedly the destiny's Peter Pan.
This has a wonderful emotion, sir, and this poem is remarkably, enchanting and so soothing that I could not restrain myself connecting to a few lines of Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore. The spring has done its flowering and taken leave, and now with the burden of faded, futile flowers, I wait and linger. The waves have become clamorous, and upon the bank in the shady lane, the yellow leaves flutter and fall. What emptiness do you gaze upon? Do not feel a thrill passing through the air with the notes of the faraway song floating from the other shore?
Very good. Very nice.
Okay, so
So, Gurudev is Gurudev, nobody can touch him.
exactly.
Yes.
Sir. That divine power was with him.
Yes.
And Dr. Rakeshji, there was nice flow of words in your poem. Could
Yes,
really
exactly,
relate
ma'am.
to all the lines. Very nice.
They inspire us a lot. They
Yes.
inspire us
Yes,
towards
true.
the motivation,
Correct.
towards life, towards optimism.
That's true.
So, ma'am, I would request you to present your next poem.
Thank you. Thank you, Somnataji.
A wonderful entertainment, a wonderful feeling, because I always float in the emotions while I hear you.
Thank
So
you
the
so
stage
much.
is yours.
Thank you for your kind words. And I would really like to say you've got nice expression for each and every poem. It's really an amazing thing
Okay.
to relate to
So
everyone's
it delights
poems.
me a lot. It delights me a lot.
Thanks.
Okay.
So my next poem is based on the moon. As we all are fascinated with the moon, here are a few lines I'd like to present on the same. Since childhood, we all have some connection with the moon. Our lullabies are based on the moon. Then, as we grow older, we try to connect with the beautiful, amazing universe. So that's how a short poem of mine goes. Luminous moon and sparkling stars have cast their light on my way. Was treading on the rough dark path. Do not dread, they did softly say. Luminous moon and sparkling stars have cast their light on my way. Was treading on the rough dark path. Do not dread, they did softly say. As I gaze at the translucent sky, the translucent blue moon makes me sigh. As it casts on me its magical spell, on the labyrinth of feelings I dwell. Floating in the galaxy, my buoyant feelings, peeping into the dreamland of moon's dwellings. Floating in the galaxy, my buoyant feelings, peeping into the dreamland of moon's dwellings, trying to capture the myriad hues, chasing the tufts in cluster of blues, like illustrious particles embedded in the reams. I have woven my precious, beautiful dreams, like illustrious particles embedded in the reams. I have woven my precious, beautiful dreams. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have woven some precious, beautiful feelings while I am overwhelmed to hear you.
Thank you.
So here I connect with your poem with few lines written by Sarojini Naidu.
Yes, ma'am.
Lone in the light of that magical groove, I feel the stars of the spirits of love gather and gleam round my delicate youth, and I heard the song of the spirits of truth. To quench my longing, I bent me low by the streams of the spirits and peace that flow. So this is
Thank
the
you.
kind of expression I wanted to relate to your poem, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
And here
So, we'd like to hear your second piece as well, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma'am,
before
sure.
we move on to your second poem, just a few lines by Mr. William Wordsworth, poet.
Okay, ma'am.
I wandered lonely as a cloud. I think we
Wow,
all have
one of
read
my
this in our childhood. Just a
Yes,
few
one of my
lines on the
favorite
same.
poems.
just a few lines. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Today's poetic session was the same. We could hear everyone's poetic views on different topics, and really, you all took us on a magical land. Some were based on the reality which we are facing on day to day, some were based on our thoughts and our ponderings. So it has been a really nice wave, like a poetic wave. So, ma'am, please welcome for your second piece.
I would like to thank you wholeheartedly, ma'am, for these lines, because these are one of my favorite poems. This is one of my favorite poem, and from this poem only, I decided that I will keep my pen name as Daffodils. So it is a pre-independence gift to me from you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the wonderful lines.
These two lines were found you very, very happily because you are really wandering cloud, showering manna from the heaven in the form of poetic expressions on the people we are living in the earth in the name of poets. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And-
Thank you
you.
so much.
Very rightly said.
Okay, so here I begin with my second poem. The title is Utopian Dreams. The serenity at my place often enveloped me with imaginations where my mind was free, untroubled and comfortable. I penetrated into a jaunt. My dreams were the nurturer of my emotions to want, catapulting into a paradise of love and unity. Like a trinket, it opened the world of weird incredulity, modified to an ethereal damsel whose ravishing looks and dance with a trample stunned the magical island, where lived the munificent gallants. In an imaginary cloud-like city, where anklets attracted the witty, where a sorcerer enthused hunger, and his versatility was to enable everyone to dine together. The river of love sprung some magical smiles. The tall trees of Pandor produced some attractive textiles. My dancing steps didn't seem to end. Several curious smiles gathered to witness my strength. Where the leaves were golden and the stems and branches turned into fountains. Where laughter was the basic style and a dose of hugs would equipoise every child. Where chocolates were spread on the table throughout. Where the garlands were exchanged to uplift love that was paramount. Engaged in such a dream, I painted colors of an Empyrean Eden. Music seemed to be the solitary reaper, and souls rejuvenated cradling this utopia. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
That's a splendid poem.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Truly fabulous.
Most of my leisure hours are spent on such dreams, such imaginations, and I can't live without uplifting my pen. But that is the most, strongest part of my living, my existence, and my, familiarity with the world and the worldly affairs. My pen cradles me all the time with imaginations.
Ma'am, chocolates haven't tested your food.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. So, when every one of us has a child inside us.
That's
So
true.
from there, these kind of emotions always erupt. We always feel like that. Why would the world always think that we have aged? We have not aged. We have a child inside us, and that should be nurtured.
That's
That
true.
child should be nurtured.
Exactly.
That is what keeps us going, in fact.
Exactly.
That's
That is
true.
the spirit that
Yes.
that keeps us, that enlivens our spirits.
Yes,
That is the spirit that enlivens us all the time.
that's true.
So
You've been a lovely host, ma'am, and it was really wonderful to hear you, and to all the poets, Dr. Rakesh Chandra ji, Ronnie Tucker sir, Sweta ji. We all had a wonderful time listening to all the poems, and thank you for.
I wholeheartedly thank to all the venerable poets who have really given their valuable time here to make this event purposeful and so very divine. And thanks to Anupama ma'am for giving me this opportunity to host the session today.
Thank you, new ma'am, and Sandana, Dr. Rocky, please go first. Let me
Yes.
have a little time to read my poetry.
So here we conclude our poetic session and hope we'll come back again with our new, inspirational poems
That's true.
anytime later with an opportunity. Thank you everyone. Thank you audience for listening to us, giving your valuable time to hear such beautiful poems today, and be with us, be there. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Y'all have a sweet